Due to the valiantry of Zhou Yu, Liu Bei's forces had no choice but to retreat. Following this battle, Sun Ce pacified the territories formerly held by Cao Cao, one after another. To the west, he stationed his strongest men and continued making preparations for the final strike against Liu Bei. To counter this, Liu Bei gathered his remaining forces and advanced his army towards Yi Ling. If Sun Ce could beat back Liu Bei, dominion would be his. Inspired by the ambition of his lord and friend, the brilliant General Zhou Yu made haste to reach the Battle of Yi Ling.
If Brother should win this battle, he'll have control of the land, won't he? It's hard to imagine it. It's, well, improper.
It's improper? Why's that?
Picture him dressed up in imperial clothes, sitting on the imperial throne? I'm sorry, but just thinking about it makes me want to laugh.
A good point. Perhaps you are right about that.
But still, it would be really nice if Brother ruled all the land. Let's make it happen. We just have to win.
Sun Ce, have you thought of the future? Can you see one where you remain yourself?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Part 6 of Dynasty Warriors 6. And, oh god, this stage. There's just some things that really bug me in this game. And I'm trying to be positive here, ladies and gentlemen. I seriously am. But this stage is arguably the worst stage in the game. Bar none, hands down. I had to practice this at least 3 times. And it was something so obvious that made it so terrible. And that is the targets. For one, you have to navigate through that stone sentinel maze of Zhuge Liang. But through the south end, where you're more likely going to be caught if you don't have a screen bright enough to see within the stone sentinel maze, because it's mostly overlapped with shadow and also draw distance. There's 3 forts you gotta take, which more than likely you'll probably fail that one by the time you get out of the maze. And then the biggest one, which is making sure that Zhu Ran and Lu Shu do not die throughout the entirety of the battle. You cannot pass that maze without those 2. Plain and simple. Because they're going to go into the maze to try to deal with the enemy officers there. Now, to start things off, we might want to take the east watch post. Because the east watch post is supposed to gain a little bit of morale. I mean, after all, when you're coming into the stage, there's at least 5 Musou officers with high morale. I said at least 5 because I do believe Huang Zhong, Guan Ping, Zhuge Liang, and Liu Bei especially, because he's obviously the leader, and Zhang Fei, who we're about to run into right now, are the officers that are highly inspired. Which means if you do not have the appropriate defense or attack, you're going to be crushed. That's another thing that caused me to have to rethink my strategies and replace my weapons. Because despite the fact that having Berserk is all well and good, the drawback is the defense. And, oh god, I got caught in a, I got caught into a clash and I inadvertently pressed start again. But as I was saying, the drawback of Berserk is defense, and I apologize for that just earlier. And every time Zhang Fei or any inspired officer actually hits you or touches you for any reason, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. One combo from an inspired officer, you will see your bar go completely down if you use Berserk. Now, I may miss out on some experience points too. Not like I want to, but I want to try to keep Zhang Fei in my line of sight at all times. Because if I don't, Zhang Fei is going to kick my ass. Sorry if you young kids happen to be watching this and I am cursing too much. But then again, you should know me by now, I do drop a swear word here and there. But this stage is just awful. So awful. Because as I said before, if you don't have a bright enough capture card or a bright enough television, you are not going to be able to see 3/4 of the things on this game. Because draw distance is not really good. I mean, they improved the draw distance in Dynasty Warriors 6. Of that I can actually say. This game? Nope. They didn't even improve it. They just slapped the game together with the lowest resolution possible and just...
Enemy officer defeated.
Well, it's not really the lowest resolution. It's a resolution that can fit the Xbox 360.
You will pay for that.
And they were good to go. But we managed to actually defeat Zhang Fei. Oh, by the way, another reason why I probably may fail this, because while I'm in the maze, one of those guys will end up capturing the West Fort, and if they do, that means I would automatically fail the mission. Even after I catch the fort, after I capture the fort, somebody will actually catch it all over again. Let me try this again. After I capture the West Fort, somebody will try to capture the West Fort all over again, which will cause me to fail the mission. But at least, for the most part, Zhu Ran is still alive for the time being, because normally he'd have probably ran into some enemy officer and get wasted. That's the thing, you're protecting a generic officer, unlike in 9, where Zhu Ran's an actual Musou officer, and also 8 Empires, and 8 Extreme Legends. But that's the point, you are protecting a Musou officer. And thus is the start of Zhu Ran's Pyromania gimmick, which is pretty much something that carried over into Dynasty Warriors 8, and 8 Empires, and 9. Yeah, just every word that comes out of his mouth in 9 is fire or flames of Wu. But that's not the point. Point of the matter is, speaking of flames, it will make it easier for any officers who happen to show up in this stronghold to actually be defeated. Now, this is the northeast stronghold. I think I already lost the no, I didn't already lose it. I was supposed to capture the northeast stronghold because that's one of the strongholds that was supposed to be captured.
Enemy officer defeated.
Let me just pick this one up right here. But I'm just taking out as many Musou officers and generic officers as humanly possible. But you'll notice something strange. Every time I did, there was a message on the screen showing that the generic officers in question kept going in a maze. They will be your main problem. We need that maze captured and defeated. As you can see here, people are constantly coming out of the maze fully revived and fully refreshed. So, in other words, until we actually conquer the maze, people are going to constantly keep coming back, which will lower the morale of the Wu forces and raise the morale of the Shu forces. So what we need to do basically is make sure that Sun Ce is safe. So any generic officers coming your way, you might want to take those guys down first. Then proceed to going into the stone maze and dealing with Zhuge Liang. Because the only way the stone maze will be defeated is 1, you defeat Zhuge Liang, 2, you capture the stone maze and destroy all the statues in there, and 3, defeat the officers. And that'll prevent them from coming back. So, this is why this stage is bullets. By the way, they have a stage similar to this in Dynasty Warriors 7. I do believe I have that on my channel. And it is a stage where instead of it being never-ending officers, it's never-ending peasants. And every time the peasants come back, they may actually kill off your commanding officer because they get stronger every time they do. The same thing happens here, actually. Until the maze is captured, you're going to lose morale. Oh, and it's best to get off of your horse and enter into the south side of the maze if you're trying to go for the target. If you aren't, enter in through the east, you'll easily get the target. You'll easily get into the maze, and you will be able to break through the maze without any problems. And this is what I was referring to about the fact that there's draw distance and there's shadow in the area of the dark maze. I mean, yeah, the maze is just already dark as it is. You need to brighten it up in order for to see where the hell you're going. And there's this big black square that is in the middle of your map that signifies the maze itself, and it will not be uncovered until after you capture it. So let's take out Guan Ping, who will more than likely go back into the maze, and we'll try to
Enemy officer defeated.
come back fully healed. I mean, yes, every time you do take out a Wu officer, a Shu officer, that will lower the Shu officer's morale, but they'll come back. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to have to stop what I'm doing and also save Liu Jun eventually, because Liu Jun is my only way into this goddamn maze. That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Liu Jun and Zhu Ran heads for this maze. If they are actually killed off, they're not going to be able to show you how to navigate through the maze. So, I just went there and aced some of these officers here. And there's another Musou officer, Guan Ping. This guy would more than likely take out either Zhu Ran or Liu Jun or both.
Let us see what happens. Enemy officer defeated.
And I managed to off them before they I actually off all the guys that was there in order for my troops to actually go through safely. Eventually, all I need to do is just follow Liu Jun, and we should be fine. The whole point is, you gotta make sure that there's some sort of protection from Sun Jian. From Sun Ce. Sorry, we're not playing with Sun Jian. Sun Jian is dead. We gotta make sure that Sun Ce is protected at all times and has no imminent dangers coming right at this moment. So that's why I beat all of the officers, so the officers, the generic officers, won't come back immediately like talking about it. But if the Musou officers are defeated, they're done. They're dead. That's it. And I got lost. Crap. Stupid camera. I lost sight of Liu Jun. God damn it. All I need to do is just refocus my steps. Hold on, let me refocus. Yeah, I lost my Renbu. That sucks. Ah, there they are. Now let's just follow them. And once you follow them, you should be in the maze, no problem. And if you still have 5 minutes left, you'll be fine. But the whole point is, you're gonna have to break through all the statues and destroy them. There should be around 6 of them. I mean, I could barely see them, but I managed to find them all. Now, I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments saying, this stage is easy. It's so easy, even a child could do it. No, it's not. First time playing this, you're gonna get lost. Yeah, you can use the map for the maze, but here's the problem. The map don't zoom in, so you can't really tell the details of where you are. This is why you need, again, Zhu Ran and Liu Bei, because they will be the ones to go into this maze and probably occupy it. Now, if you're playing as Liu Bei, well, I don't know what to tell you. Well, actually, yes, I do. Follow Zhu Ran. That's what I know what to tell you. Alright, all restored. That's nice. Now we'll just follow everyone out. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I had steak earlier and I still got gas. I apologize for that. But we're just going to follow these guys out, and then after we follow them out, then we're going to try to take the remaining bases left. There should be at least two more bases that... No, actually one more base I need to take, which is the northern base, because I think my characters have already took two of them. So all I practically need to do is make sure that I could actually cut off the enemy officers to the past. Alright. Let's just grab my horse and head over to these bases. And I'm probably going to more than likely fail this mission because of the fact that the bases that I was supposed to take were not taken within the time limit.
Enemy officer defeated.
Yeah, now this time you can't heal, you bastards. Take that. And I do believe this one's done. So we're still taking all the bases this time around. The thing is, we are probably not going to be able to take them all within the time limit. And soon Xuan will more than likely leave because we're not close enough to save him. Oh, look at this clump of officers here. Oh, and sorry, my cat's really, really loud in the background. I'm gonna have to deal with him in a little bit. But for right now, this humongous clump of officers here. That's ridiculous. Alright, we got rid of Jiang Wan. Hey, there's a funny thing. Jiang Wan is in the game, not Jiang Wei. Yeah. Why did you remove her from the game again? I'm trying to think as to why. Oh, and you're trying to run away too? Excuse me 1 second. Let me deal with him right now. Alright, he's fed. I just had to make sure he was dealt with before I continued. So he'll be probably sleeping in a few minutes. Anyway, on with the playthrough. And we are going to have to double back and deal with any of the enemies coming our way because of the fact that, well, there's still the matter of Sun Tzu's safety. I'm kind of glad that all of my generic officers, and also Liu Bei, has enough momentum to start beating down some enemy officers. I mean, Sun Xuan should have used some of that momentum. But still, I have to make sure one important factor stays alive, and that's Sun Tzu. Because if anything happens to Sun Tzu, well, you can forget it. Yeah, I may just screw myself out of Target 2, but that's alright. That is okay. Because screwing myself out of Target 2 is nothing compared to losing the entirety of this Musou and having to start this whole entire stage all over again for the 5th time.
Enemy officer defeated.
I'm just gonna come out and say it, this stage is terrible. I mean, I can understand the premise of challenge. But if you don't actually get at least 2 of the targets done, specifically that fucking maze, you're gonna end up with a hard time to deal with. And more importantly, the higher the rally, the stronger the enemies become. And now, here's where the problem comes in. Zhu Ran is in danger, and he is facing up with 2 Musou officers, Huang Zhong and Liu Bei, who just so happens to be right where Zhu Ran is. So yeah, I would be surprised if this guy actually survives, because inspired Musou officers mean, more than likely, that you're gonna die. Oh yeah, now the fort gets captured after I failed the fucking objective. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Just way to go. But, in all seriousness, guys, all I have to do is just beat the stick. Okay, that is annoying. That is seriously annoying. Okay, we at least cleared the stage. I mean, we at least cleared the base. But yeah, getting kicked around a couple of times was seriously annoying. And that's the corporal that did it. You, come here. Guess not. But that just leaves this guy right here. Guan Ping. Oh wait, I thought I beat you two. I guess not. Oh yeah, that's right, you escaped from the maze, I forgot. That would explain why the West Fort took so long for it to be captured.
Amazing! We will have to display our strength as well.
But it's about to be over soon. Because now we're gonna have to run into Zhuge Liang, not Zhuge Liang, because he's already been defeated. I mean, Liu Bei and no wait, Huang Zhong actually has been defeated. So all we need to do is run into Liu Bei and whoever else is left, which is a couple of generic officers. Musou. I couldn't read the other ones, but I think I just killed Musou. Yeah, I did. You're a disgrace, Yifeng. Seriously. But that's the point. Oh yeah, Qingxi, there's the other guy. I ended up killing him too. But I gotta be careful, because seeing as how Liu Bei is completely powerful due to the fact that Zhang Fei and Zhuge Liang bit the dust, we're practically fighting a tough battle here. If Liu Bei actually catches me a couple of times, I am more than likely going to die. Plain and simple. Liu Bei's got some very fast attacks, folks. You want to stay on the offensive, you want to stay on the attack, you want to break his guard, and most importantly, you want to break his face. And the first swipe he takes actually does a good number of damage to me, actually. And again, I definitely love the fact that Dynasty Warriors 9 have a lock-on feature, because the other 8 games don't have it. Okay, let me rephrase that, the other 7 games, because the first one was a fighting game. Really could have helped if I had a lock-on feature. Whatever the case, folks, all we need to do is just lay the beat down on Liu Bei and drop his health to none, and that's the end of Yi Ling. I will collect my spoils, and I will call it a day on the Musou. But seriously, fuck this stage. This stage is bullets. This is like the worst iteration of Yi Ling I have ever played. Trust me, 4 and 5 was better. Hands down, 4 and 5 was actually better on that front. And yeah, with that said, folks, I ended up getting 2 out of the 3 targets, but it's okay. because now that I had enough leveling and experience, I could get not only stamina, but also I'm going to get Musou Plus, which means I have 2 choices and I have 18 parts to do it. Either I could go for the ooh, I got some more weapons too, that's nice. But as I was saying, either I could go for the Renbu pouch, or I could go for the Shadow. Doesn't matter which one I go for. All that matters is that I managed to make a lot of... Actually, I got a lot of stuff from that. So, yeah. That's what's up. And this is the second Wu officer, sorry, that I've beaten the game with. All I need to do is beat the game one more time with the Wu officer, and I have Sun Jian. See you in a bit.
Sun Ce, what will you do now?
Huh?
I know that look. You have taken about all that you are able to, haven't you? You are not the type that can be happy behind the iron bars of a gilded cage.
You can say that again. I'd get bored pretty quickly, wouldn't I? Quan, I officially leave the running of this land to you.
What? What do you mean?
There must be somewhere worth going. A place where something interesting is going on. Right, Zhou Yu?
Yes. Let us go, Sun Ce. Together, to the ends of the earth.
So in the end, Sun Ce just gave away the territories for some reason, whatever. The what-if scenarios can be a pain in the ass, but nonetheless, folks, I'll see you guys next time in part 7, because this playthrough's not over yet. It's time to start the free mode, and the first thing we're going to do is the Yellow Turban Rebellion. This is RFman985. See you guys next time. Koei, why did you rush this game?